Hey guys, Kyle the Death Knight of Anime here, bringing you my late night review of My Hero Academia, Season 2, Episode 19. Yeah, so sorry this one's late, guys. I'm not gonna be doing, Dragon Ball Super tonight, but I'm just gonna have enough to get this one out there. So, I'll probably do Dragon Ball Super tomorrow or something. But, yeah, so, I'll start off by addressing the main factor, of course, in this one, which is that this was a filler episode, and I'm not gonna lie, this one can't, like, honestly, for me, only very rare times the words filler and studio bones ever kind of work well together. Because to me, for the majority of the time, and for certain projects that Studio Bones has done, when you combine Studio Bones and filler in the same sentence, it usually gets I usually get a little nervous because of how okay, is this gonna be a continuing trend or something, and is it gonna have an anime only ending or whatnot? But from what I hear, we are going to be getting this these are only just episodes in order to pad out the time, but pad out the time, and I think we are gonna get an ending. I think the ending, the last episode is probably gonna be All Might and Izuku talking. All Might giving Izuku the full rundown of the history of All for One and One for All. I think, but but of All for One and this mysterious man or sensei or whatever. But but again, going back to the filler portion of it, I actually surprisingly kind of like the filler in this one. Like looking back on the Stain arc as a whole, I did actually realize that its one flaw is that it never really gave much focus to the other characters. It was, at least in terms of that particular arc in general. It it was mainly focused on Izuku, Ida and Ida and Oroki, but and Todoroki, yeah, but this filler episode, and probably what I assume are going to be in maybe a couple other filler arcs, maybe one or two more filler arcs, I don't know, but this particular filler arc, I felt it just did good at showcasing what exactly what a couple of things, which is what all the other students were up to, just kind of giving them showcase, which of course I always love when all the other students get showcased, and then it's not just one guy who's the main focus all the time. I mean, Izuku is the main hero, of course, but Izuku and Bakugo are the main heroes of the story, I guess. But it is good to see that we are seeing these other people get some spotlight, and in this case, it was actually Tsuyu in this episode who got the bulk of the focus, but even more than the Tsuyu stuff, I feel another good thing this episode did, as a filler episode did, is that it was reinforcing a lesson that All Might taught to Izuku back in season one, but it was being applied here, which is that which is that being a hero isn't all about the flash and the quirks and being the big and being basically the big the whole big superstar of it all. Like it really, being a hero at the end of the day, it's about helping people and about appreciating just the smaller thing, just the smaller but important things you can do in order to help people. Like when we see when we see you can do to help people. So yeah, and like and it was definitely one of those things for sure. And about, yeah, just appreciating how the smallest things you do can have the most impact. I feel that there was actually a scene with I think it was Fourth Kind and Tetsu and Kier Kirishima, who were doing community service by picking up, I think trash in a park or something like that, and that was a pretty nice showcase of it. But the others, like, uh, Momo, get yourself, just do. I like how Momo's having, like, for Momo, for instance, I like how she's basically like, okay, just get it done. I've already come this far. I may as well keep going. It's like, yeah, I just love how Momo's just kind of accepting of it at this point. Like, okay, I'll just do this, and yeah. But Momo, next time, I'd pick your internships a little better. Like, I still don't understand how Momo really even managed to pick that internship. It why or how Momo picked that internship, it baffles me. Like, nothing about that hero heroine really screams hero to me. She is a lot like she's a lot like Mountain Lady in a way. Just, but I don't know. Maybe she does have some. Maybe she does have some kind of a use for it. Some lessons to teach. But now let's move off about that. Let's move on to the main thing of this episode, which is Tsuyu. The main focus of this episode, which was on Tsuyu, and I feel that the main lesson that Tsuyu learned in this episode is how you can have faith in people. Is how being patient and having faith in people you trust you is being patient and having faith in people you trust, even in the most dire of situation. Like, if in the most threatening, most perilous situation, at the end of the day, you have to remember that there's always at least one person out there who actually depends on you. And I feel that that was the one thing that was taught, that so you learned in this episode, is that it's always, even in the darkest of times, it's best to think of that. It's best to think of that one person who you absolutely have faith in and you trust without question. And that happened to be of course, the person the person she was interning with, which was Captain Selkie. And by God, let's just take a moment to talk about Captain Selkie here for a minute. Like, that motherfucker is just like almost that guy is that I want to say he's like the seal version of All Might almost, because just he's so goofy and so over the top that it's hilarious to see him. Like, even that running joke, which even that cute face running joke he had, which honestly I'm not too big fan of running jokes, honestly, that often, like, unless they're executed correctly. But luckily in this one, for the most part, for me, it was executed correctly. It did get a little old I think near the end portions, but for the most part, that running joke of his cute face with the muscular body and whatnot, that was just that shit was priceless. Okay, I'm just gonna say it right now. That shit was amazing. Um, but yeah, but yeah, and just yeah, and just seeing Suyu's development in this episode, just seeing how she was always how she was always questioning her work, how she was always questioning herself, and whether this was the right kind of work in order to prove in order to prove being how much of a hero she could be. And then seeing how shit all came full circle when she finally when she was in that hostage situation, she said, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna tell him the absolute truth. Even in the hostage situation, I'm gonna tell Captain Selkie the absolute truth. I'm gonna have total faith in him that this whole situation will work out, even with even with someone I care about is taken as a hostage." So yeah, I just really love the fuck out of this episode for just the amount of development that both Suyu got, and just the lessons that were taught in this episode. It was very nice, honestly. It was a very nice episode at the end of the day, to be honest with you. Um, Also, one final note about this episode: Ochiko. Like, I guess it's been pretty obvious at this point, but I like how much of an oxymoron the whole Ochiko scene was. Like, the one where we see Gunhead teaching her rather serious self defense maneuvers, but teaching it in the most casual and upbeat of ways. Like, wow. Like, yeah, Gunhead is honestly, like, amazing. Like, just seeing Gunhead is honestly an awesome hero. Like just seeing him teach all these serious things to Ochiko, and yet he's just upbeat and happy and what we can assume behind that mask, smiling about it. And it's like, yeah. Although, yeah, like I said, it was nice to see all the others get the spotlight, and yeah, Ochiko's I think was my absolute favorite actually in this episode. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I have for this review. Again, a very nice episode for what it was, just giving a lot of development and teaching a lot of lessons to of course the other I guess the supporting cast of the story, and I think this just proves that yes, the supporting cast are important, even though it was a filler episode. I feel that did prove that yes, the filler cast are important, and we should of course we should remember that yes, there may be a lot of characters, but they are still going to have importance in the story. And I feel that was another thing pushed. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed the video, just yeah, like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Death Knight of Anime, signing off. Later.